I'll take the example of Qantas. And in fact, one of our stable mates in our group's actually bullish on Qantas, but I do the numbers and I look at Qantas and go, actually, they're worth now about $2 billion more in an enterprise value basis. So it's the market value of equity and the book value of debt than they were pre-pandemic. If you use like June 30, 2019 as sort of their balance sheet reporting season, pre-pandemic. So they're worth $2 billion more, but they've lost accumulated losses after tax of $3.7 billion over the last almost 2 years, and yet to report now. They've raised $2.7 billion of equity and debt over that time period, so maybe that's why it's worth more. But I mean, there's a lot more shareholders around. And if you think about the last crisis we had, the GFC, right back in 2008, it took Qantas 8 years to pay a dividend after the GFC. So I'm not banking on Qantas paying a dividend anytime soon. And I think it's just as bad for the flight centres of the world, and it's no longer an issue because it's no longer there. But even Sydney Airport, I think, is going to struggle. The other reason I think they're going to struggle is because I think businesses will travel a lot less than they have in the past. Like me personally, I do a lot of calls like this, and most clients, particularly existing clients, are very happy to have that sort of that update. They don't need to see you in person. You do need to see new clients. I think they want to look you in the eye, etc. And I think that, if you look at where Qantas makes a lot of its money, it's at the pointy end, it's in business class, it's also business travel. Yes, I think tourism will bounce back, but it's much slower than people thought. I mean, you try and get to Japan. One of my directors is going to Japan for family reasons to see a grandson. It's almost impossible to get there. You need guarantees and all sorts of things. So it's going to be a lot slower, I think, than people think. And we've seen that just domestically. And a lot of people have just, they've had cancellations, etc. And my sister's given up on going anywhere for some time because she's just sick of having her plans destroyed by the next version of COVID.